Give her room to chase you. Give her the gift of a chase. Okay, too many of you guys, when you meet a girl, you guys just push, and you don't do any pull. Okay, you just keep pushing and pushing and pushing, trying to get the girl out with you, texting her freaking day and night, leaving her voicemail messages. You don't hear from her. You text her right away like, hey, did you get my message? You know, you just push, and you don't do any pull, right? You don't give her room to chase you. You don't give her space to chase you, okay? And when you don't do that, the girl doesn't see any value in you, because she's like, you know, this guy is obviously desperate. He obviously doesn't have anybody else because he's spending all his time chasing me. Why would I want to be with this guy? You know, nobody else wants him, right? Especially if the girl's attractive or the least bit cute, she's gonna want a guy with value. She's gonna want a guy who has other women who want him, right? She's gonna want a guy who is in demand. And if you keep pushing and you're constantly calling and texting and you're not letting up, that's not communicating these things to her. All you're communicating to her is that you're needy, you're supplicative, she can't depend on you to be a man. If she goes out with you just once, you know, you're never gonna stop calling her, you're never gonna stop texting her, you're probably gonna try to like have sex with her right away, get married to her, you know, marry her off, you know. You're gonna be very, very pushy. And girls don't want that, right? They don't want that. You have to give the girl room to chase you, okay? You can't just push and then expect the girl to magically fall in love with you. That's not the way attraction works, okay? In pickup, one of the most powerful techniques that we teach, that I teach my students, is something called push-pull, right? Something called push-pull. You know, another phrase for that would be give and take, okay? So, for example, I might be in set with a girl, okay? Say I'm with a girl and I just approached her and we're talking, stuff like that. Or, you know, say I opened her physically and I'm grabbing on her, I'm hugging her, I'm holding her real tight, right? I've got her feeling nice and good and just comfortable in my arms. Out of nowhere, I will just push the girl off me, right? I will literally just push her off me and I'll be like, all right, get off me now, show's over. And the girl's like, oh, whoa, what happened? What, you know, this was so good. I was feeling great in your arms. Why did you push me off? Right? Because I want her to feel that loss. Okay? I don't want her feeling like, oh, yeah, she's got me. Right? She's got me, especially having just met. You know, there really has to be a lot of that push-pull. Even when I have students who message me about difficult targets that they have, girls who are running hot and cold, like, you know, a girl who might like return your text 3 days in a row, seems like she's excited to see you, then all of a sudden she ghosts you for a whole week. You don't hear from her. It's like, what's going on? I thought this girl liked me. Why is she running hot and cold? The reason why she's doing that is because she's not sure about you. She's not sure if you have the prerequisite value that she's looking for. And the way that you raise your value in a woman's eyes, the fastest way to do that is by implementing a little bit of push-pull. Right? You might want to throw it right back at her in return, where you call her, you feed her attention for a few days, right? You let her know, like, yeah, man, I'm into you. You might compliment her a little bit, like, yeah, you're cute. I like the way you do your hair and stuff like that. And you get her feeling good, and then all of a sudden you ghost her. You disappear for a few weeks, or you upload a photo to your social media of you on a date with another woman, you know, some shit like that, right? To just kind of like pull at her buttons a little bit, right? And then you don't respond to her for a few days. Even if she texts you, you know, you just kind of lay off. You take your time getting back to her. Maybe even wait for her to text you again, right? What are you doing there? You're giving her room to chase you, right? You're implementing push-pull, right? And these are just some basic, very, very basic. These aren't even advanced lessons. These are very, very basic lessons we teach you in game. We teach you in pickup. And it's frightening that most guys out there don't even have the basics down, right? They're so indoctrinated with all this blue pill shit that they're going out there and they're pursuing the girl, they're courting her, they're buying her roses, buying her flowers, showing up at her doorstep, showing up at her work, practically borderline stalking the girl. And then they're just kind of mesmerized when the girl doesn't want anything to do with them, even though initially she might have liked the guy, right? All of a sudden he's out, he gets blown out. Whereas with me and my students, once we get even the slightest hint of attraction from the girl, we're able to amplify it. Even all we need is just a little spark, right? And we can create that spark right off the initial approach, just by going physical, right? Just by opening her bold, using a high risk approach. We can get that initial spark of attraction, but we can turn that spark into a flame. Whereas most guys who don't have game, that spark fizzles out very, very quickly, right? You ever meet a girl where you approached her and you opened her like just kind of high energy? You're like, hey, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. My name's Todd. Or whatever your name is. And the girl's like, whoa, who are you? And she's all excited. And then very quickly, within not even 30 seconds, not even a minute, you see just the energy completely die, right? It completely dies. You run out of things to say. You don't know what to do. And then next thing you know, the girl's like, all right, well, nice to meet you. Bye. And she turns around, off to talk to the next guy, right? This is why you need game. You need to learn this stuff, guys. They didn't teach you this stuff in school. It's a very, very priceless, invaluable skill, the skill of pickup, right? It's something you can use in every area of your life. And I've said it over and over. This is the #1 best self-development tool for men in existence. Nothing will teach you social acuity, social calibration. Nothing will teach you how to get over your social anxiety and just become a strong, confident man faster and quicker than game will. Nothing will make you more alpha faster than going out there and cold approaching girls, especially hot girls. So for you guys who are not learning this stuff, man, you're really, really doing yourself a disservice, okay? But getting back to the coaching video, you know what? If you've met a girl and you really like her, you got to give her room to chase you, okay? You've got to give her room to chase you. And some of you guys are going to ask me, like, well, what if she's not chasing me? What do I do? It's like the reason why she's not chasing you is because you didn't give her any reason to chase you. You didn't demonstrate any value in front of the girl. This is why, again, this is going back to pickup and game. This is why you guys got to learn this stuff. When we approach a girl, me or any of my students approach a girl, we approach the girl and immediately right off the bat, we're making an impression on the girl, right? We're making an unforgettable impression on the girl, to the point where she's never been approached like this by any other guy before, right? You see me sometimes in field, I'll do the claw on the girl. The girl's like, whoa, nobody does shit like that, right? But we're able to ignite attraction immediately and instantly right off the approach. And then we're able to build on that attraction and get the girl to what we call the hook point, where she does not want us to leave. She does not want us to go. She wants us to stay, and she wants to get to know us better, right? And not only that, it's to the point where after we approach the girl, we try to instantly bounce her on an instant date, right? We try to get the girl out on an instant date because girls these days are very flaky. Numbers are very flaky. It's very, very hard to time bridge getting a girl's number to actually getting her out on the date without her just forgetting about you, losing interest in you, or flaking on you, So I generally try to get the girl out on a date with me right upon approaching her, right? I get her to spend time with me, get to know me, and during that time, I basically vomit my personality onto her so she really develops a connection with me, okay, to the point where even when we separate, we part ways and we exchange, information, like she gives me her number, for example, right? It's pretty much on. I pretty much know that if I don't reach out to this girl, she's going to reach out to me. So all the hard work has already been done. Whereas for most guys, they don't put in the work, right? And then they end up in damage control trying to work this girl through text. Right? This is why you see a lot of these dating scams, like trying to sell you ebooks on, all you have to do is text this girl these 4 magic words and it'll work. And it's like, no, dude, it doesn't work that way. If you're having to build attraction over text with a girl, it's because you are in damage control. It's because you didn't put in the work initially when you approached her. And this is why, when I approach girls and when I teach my students who approach, we always put in the work during the actual approach. We make sure to dot all our I's, cross all our T's, right? Get the girl out on an instant date with us, vomit our personality onto her, build attraction, build comfort, build rapport, establish an emotional connection with the girl to the point where she can't wait to see us. right? Where to the point where she is giving us her phone number. And a lot of like newbie students are shocked when they see me and set with a girl, and I've got her to that point. A girl who was initially ignoring me, rolling her eyes out at me, like dissing me. Now here she is grabbing my phone, entering her own phone number into my phone because she wants to make sure that I call her. She wants to make sure she sees me again. Here she is trying to make the plans with me. Okay, I'm not in damage control where I have to text her later like, oh my gosh, I hope she responds. It's like, no, I already put in the work. I know it's on. I know it's on, right? I put in the work. You can't just approach a girl these days and be like, oh, hi, my name's Dan. What's your name? Oh, Jenny. Nice to meet you, Jenny. Can I get your number? Oh yeah, here's my number. Girls give out their number like candy, right? It doesn't mean anything. And then you go home thinking that you could, you're gonna text this girl. You're gonna text your way into her pants. It doesn't work that way. You have to put in the work. You gotta do the work, right? That's why you gotta be in 7 months to mastery, guys. Quick plug, right? You gotta learn this stuff, okay? Because nobody else can teach you this stuff but an experienced pickup artist, right? You can't learn this stuff from your buddies, your guy friends who are sucking at picking up women themselves. You can't learn this stuff from them, okay? But the thing is, once you get these girls to a point where they want to see you again, that's when you have the power to initiate the push-pull, right? So when these girls reach out to me and they start texting me like, oh my God, it was so great meeting you, Matt, and that was so awesome, and oh my God, I can't believe you just made out with me on the spur. I don't do that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. I don't jump on my phone and like instantly return their message. No, unless I'm completely free and I'm bored, I'll do that. But many times I'm not. I'm busy and I can't get back to them right away. Many times it'll take me a day, sometimes a few days to return their text. And they're like, oh my gosh, I thought you forgot about me. And I'm like, no, girl, I'm sorry. I was just busy. No, I totally want to talk to you. And I give them a little bit of crumbs, right, to work with. I'm like, no, I want to talk to you. I'm sorry, I've just been busy. Right? And then they'll be like, oh, okay, I just want to make sure I'm not bugging you. And I'm like, no, you're not bugging me. Just text me whenever you want. It's just like, I can't return your texts all the time, because I'm just busy, right? So I let them know. And so they know, like, wow, this guy's in demand. He has value. And then they'll always ask shit like, oh, do you have a girlfriend? I'm like, no, of course I don't have a girlfriend. I wouldn't approach you if I had a girlfriend. And you're like, oh, are you dating anybody? And I'll be like, yeah, actually, I am dating a couple of people, but yeah, it's nothing serious. I mean, yeah, if things work out between me and you, I mean, yeah, let's see what happens, but I'm a pretty picky guy. So I let them know, like, hey, I don't need you. You're just a girl, right? I'm not going to bow down to your panties or anything like that, like most of the guys probably do in your life. I mean, I'm in abundance, and you know what? I'm screening you here. You're not screening me. So I let the girl know, like, hey, I'm the buyer, you're the seller, as opposed to most guys she dates, right? Whereas for most guys, like, she's the buyer and they're the seller. So you have to be coming from the right frame if you're going to initiate push-pull correctly. The biggest thing that I want you guys to remember is that when you meet a girl that you really like, the last thing you want to do is just keep pushing and pressuring her to go out with you, constantly nagging her like a woman, constantly texting her and leaving her voicemail messages. It's like, you don't need to do all that, dude. I mean, all you need to really do is leave her one text. Believe me, she got it. You don't need to follow up with her and check, like, you sure you got my text? Hey, did you get my voicemail? Did you listen to it? No, don't do all that needy beta bullshit behavior. Okay, stop acting so desperate, right? Like a guy who's living in such scarcity. And this is why I keep telling you guys over and over, you got to learn this stuff so you could be in abundance and you can pull yourself out of that scarcity-based mindset where you're not doing all of this like creepy, socially awkward shit whenever you meet like a halfway decent looking girl, right? Because you don't, you're not used to this. I mean, when you're used to just attracting women like it's nothing, it won't be a big deal, and you won't be in such a hurry to close every single one of them like the same night and get married like next weekend. You won't be in such a hurry. Instead, you'll be able to take your time and you'll be able to kind of just measure her value, and you'll be able to kind of almost like make her qualify herself to you, right? Versus the other way around. And when you do these things, she'll see that like, wow, this guy must be somebody, unique. He must be somebody special because, you know, he has patience. He has the ability to sit back, and he's not in such a hurry to try to like pull my pants down, you know? So yeah, guys, you gotta give the girl room to chase. All right, you gotta give her room to chase you, especially if it's a girl you really like, okay? Because too many of you guys blow it, right? You literally blow it. You know, you blow it with a girl that you could have gotten, you could have had sex with, you could have made her your girlfriend if you weren't so freaking desperate, if you weren't so friggin' pushy, if you weren't so friggin' needy, right? If you didn't call her 24/7, if you didn't leave her thousands of voicemail messages, if you just gave her room and space to chase you as well, right? That's all I'm saying. Just give her space to chase you. But it all starts from the initial approach, okay? You have to set things up correctly, okay? Because if you just go out there and you just get her phone number, you know, you just talk to her for like 5 seconds, get her phone number, and then you take off because you don't know what else to say, right? Because you don't have any game to do otherwise, and you just take off with her number, that's really not going to go anywhere. You know, that's really not a good lead. That's wood, right? You ever watch Boiler Room? That's not a good lead. That is wood. Okay, you have to create good leads, and the way that you create good leads is you spend a good amount of time in set with a girl, you build attraction, you build comfort, you build rapport, you establish an emotional connection, all the things I teach you how to do in my dating programs, right? In Mastery especially, all these things, you apply them in your real life, day-to-day interactions with the women that you want to bring into your life, okay? And then of course you initiate that very, very powerful technique called push-pull, right? Where you push and then you pull. You push and then you pull, right? You let the girl know you're interested. You might text her for a few days straight. You might call her, leave her a message, send her a photo of yourself, whatever. Send her something funny that you saw on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, the next few days, you just disappear. You just do your own thing. It doesn't mean you're doing these things on purpose, okay? You don't want to do these things as a technique. You really want to do these things because you are actually busy, right? Because you have other things to do. Okay, so you don't want to do things to try to get a reaction out of a girl. Because some of you guys ask me like, how do I get the girl to react? And it's like, if you're coming from the frame of you're trying to get the girl to react, that's just going to backfire because it's going to come off as outcome dependent, right? And that's the last thing you ever want to be. You don't want to be outcome dependent. You want to be free from outcome. Okay, that's how you make this shit work. Okay, so push-pull, it's very, very powerful, okay? There are times where you want to push, and then there are times where you want to pull. So just don't be needy, okay? Don't keep applying pressure on a girl who is not responding to you, right? And give her space to chase you. Okay, give her room to chase you, and you'll see a lot greater success with the women that you meet in field, through your social circle, and in your day-to-day life, right? So I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is Am from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? It helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe. Better yet, share my coaching videos with other like-minded friends of yours so we can spread this red pill knowledge to other men, right? And help awaken other men, okay? So make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and then also, of course, tell your buddies about it. And for you guys who want to support my work, and all this red pill knowledge I'm teaching guys even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months of Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s. Same exact type of women that myself and my students are out there approaching and closing every single week. And believe me when I tell you, we do this every single week, like taking candy from a baby, like it's nothing. And believe me, as a man, you need these skills. These were skills that you were never taught in school, okay? If you're trying to go out there and pick up girls with that Disney bullshit you learn from television and Hollywood and movies, good luck with that, right? you'll never be able to get a girl above a 4 in looks using that bullshit, okay? If you want to get an attractive woman, a gorgeous woman, a woman who's even above a 7 in looks, you're gonna need some game. You're gonna need some pickup skill. You're gonna need some training, okay? It doesn't mean you need to become like a master and spend your whole life picking up girls like some people here, right? But you have to get enough, you have to gain enough skill so that you can get a woman who meets your standards, okay? And you don't have to settle. And right now, the first month is only $1, okay? It's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons in 7 months of mastery. And the reason why it's only $1 is because I really want you to try it out and check it out for yourself without you having to make a major investment. I mean, if I could make it free, I would, but apparently like PayPal doesn't let you do that. So I have to charge something. So $1 is like the lowest I could charge for that first month, and that's why it's only $1. So take advantage of it, okay, while you still can. And that is absolutely the best way to support me and show your love for my work, all right? It's really easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.